r/Askreddit. Redditors who want a lifetime supply of something, what is it, and are you sick of it yet? My brother-in-law went to a contractor's trade show, and one of the guys on his crew won a lifetime supply of some kind of locking wrench. They gave him one, because it comes with a lifetime guarantee. I know a family that won a lifetime supply of hot dogs. The problem was the company decided that the average person eats 3 hot dogs a day, no clue how that's the number they got. This sounds fine at first, but they didn't want to ship 90 hot dogs a month. They sent the full value of one average lifetime on pallets. 90 a month for 12 months for a 82 years average lifespan. 89,000 hot dogs. In one shipment. They bought a whole extra freezer to store a bunch. But that couldn't hold all, so they ended up donating a massive amount to local churches and homeless shelters. I won a lifetime supply of shampoo. They come in mini bottles each month and are great gifts for people who you don't like that much but you don't want to offend. In a contest, I won a lifetime supply of high-quality coffee beans. Contestants had to guess how many beans were in a large glass barrel on display. Each month, 3 pounds of my choice arrive at regular intervals. As I noted here some time ago, I give away the excess to friends and family. And no one is sick of them yet. My girlfriend won a lifetime supply of fruit roll-ups back when she was young, and they delivered them all in one lump sum. She said that she went through the lifetime supply in about a month and they never gave her any more fruit roll-ups. Needless to say, her lifetime supply of fruit roll-ups isn't doing much for her today. My mom won a year supply of free burritos from Chipotle. They did a promotion where they hid these large fake burritos around local parks and such, and my mom found one while walking in the park. Those who found the burrito were entered into a photo contest, where they had to go around town and take pictures with the burrito on their adventures. My mom won, and she got the burritos. They gave us 52 cards for free burritos. Since we had them as a family, we used multiple cards each visit. It still lasted us about a year though, because we didn't visit every week. My parents won a lifetime's supply of disappointment, and I'd say I'm still delivering. Mate got a lifetime black card for KFC. I don't know where he won it. Every weekend squad gathers and gets some hot wings for free. Not a lifetime supply, but I once opened a Snapple bottle at work and the cap said, "Make no car payments for a year." This was soon after the time Snapple had started pushing cheesy jokes in the caps. I read it and thought, very funny, and have my car repo-ed. Tossed the cap in the trash, and later heard it was a serious giveaway. That the cap would get me some $300 plus for 12 months. Went running back to check the trash can, but it had been emptied. It's not food or fuel or any of that outrageous stuff, but I won a lifetime VPN. Still getting the service after 2 years. Not a lifetime supply, but when I was about 20 I won a whole esky, cooler for you non-Australians, of iced coffee. It was supposed to be a month's supply and contain 30 liters. The problem was, being milk and being issued all at once, it only had an expiry date about 14 days out, so I had to either live on the stuff or waste it. So me and my friends lived on Baileys and iced coffee for a couple of weeks, any time of the day. It was a rough few weeks. Had a customer when I worked at a Toyota dealership who had won a new Toyota for life promotion years earlier. They had tried to buy her out several times, but she refused and showed up faithfully every 2 years for her new base model Toyota. I did the paperwork for her 2-year $0.00/month lease on a 5-speed Yaris with no AC. I have a lifetime VIP membership to Zappos, which gives me free next day shipping. Normally I get my order in less than 24 hours. They gave it to me because I had to call in after using the app to change the size shoe I ordered because I neglected to change it from the default option. I've had it for about 9 years, I think. Also, when I log in on the app, a bunch of VIP icons come raining down the screen. In 1995 I won a lifetime supply of Kentucky Fried Chicken. Every month I'm able to get a 20-piece bucket, 2 large fries, 2 large salad, 2 large gravy, and 2 2-liter bottles of pop/soda for free. And it's still going. I have a lifetime supply to Amazon Prime. But have no idea why. A couple years ago everyone was telling me to get Amazon Prime. I finally decided to go ahead and get it, only to find out I already had it. I have never signed up, and no one else has access to my email. Ever since then I've been using it and it keeps renewing without me doing anything or paying anything. It's weird, but I'm not complaining to Amazon. A friend of mine won free haircuts from Sports Clips by making a half-court shot at the halftime of a basketball game. Underrated prize for sure, as haircuts there are $20 to $25. The shitty local pizza joint in my college town had a contest to pick a slogan for their restaurant during welcome weekend. I put in a joke slogan that, I kid you not, was, "I know you wanna taste my Italian sausage." Turns out I got runner-up and won a year supply of pizza. In their mind, a year supply means one free pizza a month for a year. The funny part is, I didn't even realize I had won until like 3 months and I missed out on 3 pizzas already. I actually never ended getting a single free pizza because I didn't like their food. The place went out of business a year or two later. When I was a kid I won 2 free Blockbuster rentals a month for life. Was awesome for a while, now it's not going so well. We had to write a 1-page essay on anything one year in class and my friend wrote about how he loved paprika as a fuck you to the teacher. She mailed it to some spice company and now they send him a jar a month and he hates it. Won a lifetime supply of knives. I guessed correctly how many sheets of paper the knife could stab through. After I broke the first 2, I was told my third was my last one. Apparently the knives were supposed to last a lifetime. Not so much one, but my mother-in-law has free broadband for life. Company needed to run a line through her garden. Mill says sure, but I want free internet forever. Hasn't paid a cent in 2 years and the disruption to the back garden was minimal and easily fixed. I have a friend that did an Arby's commercial years ago. They gave him an Arby's card that can be used for up to $20 or $25 a day. It's like a gift card that gets topped off daily. Only bad thing is he can't save the credit to make a big purchase. It has a cap of $25. My aunt won a lifetime supply of rice Irani from The Price is Right. She used to get them faster than she can use them, but now, understandably, she is sick of it, so she just stockpiles them in her rice Irani closet and donates hundreds of boxes of them at a time. Yes, she has a full closet of rice Irani. The neighborhood kids love her. A friend of mine won lifetime Sonic on a radio contest. Every month he gets a Sonic gift card for $200 and he takes everyone up there for a free meal and spends the rest buying random people's meals. I won a lifetime supply of sadness at the ripe old age of birth. Not a lifetime supply, but my grandpa enters every contest imaginable, and once won free tampons for a year. My sisters and I got to take them because my grandpa doesn't have a uterus. The things he had to post on Facebook to get entries were hilarious, all things about being a strong, independent woman. That man has no shame if it means he can win even something completely useless to him. Our elderly neighbors won a lifetime supply of Snickers. We have a very large family, parents plus 10 kids, and the summer I was 7 my father was injured at work. While waiting on workers' comp to be paid, our electric, water, and gas was all shut off. Our neighbors ran a hose to our backyard for water, an extension cord for a microwave, and gave us dozens of cases of Snickers. We lived the entire summer on candy bars and ramen. I can't stand the stuff now. Won a lifetime supply of free coffee from a brew shop in town. I guessed correctly how many beans were in a tall plastic cylinder. Shop closed 5 months later. I won a lifetime supply of jelly beans in the 2nd grade. My teacher had a giant jar of them on the table and tons of students guessed how many beans were in there. I remember thinking, I'm just gonna write down the biggest number I can, that way I'll stand the best odds of winning. Yes, kid logic. So I wrote 999 because Zelda games taught me it's the biggest number ever. There were 1,000 jelly beans. Students were amazed. Teacher thought I was a savant. Jelly beans lasted me about 6 months and I think my mom threw the rest away. My high school geometry teacher's son won a contest where he was featured on boxes of Kraft mac and cheese and also got a lifetime supply of it. He had a picture of it / a cut out of the box on his desk, which was hysterical, and all I remember was him complaining about how sick he was of mac and cheese. Won a lifetime supply of Chuck Taylor Converse. Basically they sent me 12 vouchers for a free pair of Converse. You could pick high or low top and the color. I think I still have one of the pairs, and the rest I gave to friends and family. I won a year's worth of burgers from Jack in the Box in college. They gave us 156 cards that would literally work for any burger or sandwich on their menu. I gained about 15 pounds and then I started to use them as trading tools to get my stoner friends to do stuff. It started with, if you run down to 711 and get me a Gatorade, I'll give you one burger card. Then turned more into things like, you drink that bong water, I'll give you 3 burger cards. It was glorious. The cards definitely didn't last me a year. I won a lifetime supply of Vegemite. It was only 2 jars. I won a year's worth of ice cream. The deal is for 1 pint a month. Here's the kicker, I live on the other side of the country from the ice cream shop. My parents love it though. Won a lifetime supply of mouthwash. Fucking rad, I butt chug that shit on a daily basis. I went to school with a kid whose mom won a lifetime supply of aluminum foil. They wrap everything in foil. His whole lunch every day was wrapped in foil, sandwich, fruit, etc., and then they make one of those baking pouches, and that's his lunch bag. When we had like dessert potluck, his cookies came wrapped in foil. I asked him about it once and he said they even wrap all their Christmas presents in it, and they still get too many boxes of it. They give it away to friends and family. My wife won a lifetime supply of pet food for our cat. They didn't even bother sending product, they just tacked another few $1,000s onto the $10,000 cash prize. That was a nice little windfall. The only weird thing was that it was paid as a stack of maxed out Visa gift cards. You can't really pay things like mortgages and credit card bills with what amounts to a credit card, so we ended up using the gift cards for things like groceries. It's pretty amazing how far your paycheck goes when your bill for food and incidentals is effectively zero. Obligatory, not me but a friend. A friend of mine won a lifetime supply of pizza from Pizza Hut. They calculated his age, the average pizzas a person consumes per year, did some magical calculation and FedExed him a check for $37,000. In my book he won. My friend and I were in a competition at an arena football game to win free pizza and beer for a year. The first person to kick a field goal from like 15 to 20 yards would win. Apparently their definition of a year's worth of pizza and beer is 12 24 packs of beer and a large Rocky Rococo's pizza per month for 12 months. We had to pick up all 12 cases of the beer from a distributor at one time, so we had a party. When I was in college, a guy in my fraternity was featured in a Nike running commercial. He was paid a fixed amount and they would randomly send him shoes throughout the 2 years I knew him. After he graduated, shoes still showed up at the house every quarter until I graduated. The funny part of the story is that he was on the university cross-country team, D1, and when he signed the paperwork it voided his scholarship. The coach calls him in his office and berates him for a half hour on how he fucked up his scholarship. His response was priceless: I have 4 more semesters and Nike paid me enough to cover in-state tuition for that time. Also, I hate running, but am good enough to have gotten a scholarship. Now I have school paid for and will never run again. Good luck to you all though.